Ever wondered how to invite your family to the UK for a special event like your graduation, wedding, a visit, or any celebration? Or you want to attend a conference, a business trip, or for medical care in the United Kingdom? Well, ever since I invited my mother to attend my graduations, I've had a lot of comments from my WhatsApp community, from my Telegram community, and my colleagues to show them the exact process, the document that I use for the entire visa application process. And I said, as a YouTuber, why not make a video of it? So in this video, I'm coming to share with you the exact process I followed to bring her over, from UK visa requirements to the booking at the VFS appointment, and yes, her visa was approved. So I'll walk you through every step of the whole application process. Now, this video was proudly sponsored by Enclaves Pro Solution. Are you a nurse? Are you ready to conquer Enclaves? Well, you have to speak to them. Take the numbers on the screen, whether it has to do with your board registration, credentials, evaluation, assistance with your fingerprint, booking your flight to write your Enclaves exam in Kenya, India, or South Africa, or whether you have to book for your accommodation. Enclaves Pro Solution is your #1 plug. They assist every nurse with their US application process, because we know that not all of us can navigate the whole process, and sometimes you also need time to learn, and this is when Enclaves Pro Solutions become handy. They will take care of all of these for a very small fee. Now take the numbers on the screen and contact them today and take your first step in becoming a US RN. Now let's start the whole process. Alright, so in this video, we are going to cover a whole lot of stuff. We are going to cover how to start the visa application process. We are also going to cover the documents that I submitted, my documents, and my mother's documents. We also go to the UKVI website application process. We also look at how to book your appointment with VFS. I will show you all the documents that I uploaded on their website. And also we look at the timelines and the tips to avoid delays. Alright, so the first step that we are going to take is to go on to the gov.uk website and start the whole process. So you go on to your search bar and you're going to type gov.uk. And when it opens up like this, you are just going to type, let me just type standard visitor visa. Yes, so when it opens up like this, you are going to click on the visit the UK as a standard visitor. Yeah, so you can have a bit of a read through in here, but I am not going to waste our time. So let's go to apply for a standard visitor visa. Now, when it gets to this session, you can have a bit read through to see what it's about, but let me just skip to the fee. So it says that the standard visitor fee is £127 for 6 months. And also standard visitor for medical reasons is £220 for 11 months. And it goes on and on. So you can choose any of them which applies to you and the one that you want. And also it says that once you started your application, you can save the form and complete it later. It means that you don't have to start and finish at a go. You can save the progress of your application at any point and you continue later. Now let's click on apply. So here you are going to select the English language, and if you are someone who speaks French or Chinese or any other language, you are going to select, but we are going to choose English in this case, and you're going to click on next. And here they will ask you the country that you'll be applying from. So let's say Ghana. That was where my mother was. So here they are going to ask you whether indeed you will want to choose Ghana or the country that you're applying from to go for your biometrics, and you say yes. So you go on to the next session. You can still have a bit read in here to see what the visit visitor is about. So they said that you can use this service to apply for a visit visa if you are coming for tourism, including visiting family and friends, business including sports and entertainment, whether you are coming for a transit through the UK, academic visit, marriage or civil partnership, private medical treatment, short term up to 6 months, including recreational course, or for a permitted paid engagement. So any type of standard visit visa where you are coming for a short stay, you are going to use this process to apply. And also let's jump to the tuberculosis test. If you are applying for a visa where you can stay in the UK for more than 6 months, you may need to get a TB test depending on where you are applying from. Or you can check if you need a TB test here. You can click on that one and it will tell you whether the country that you'll be applying from, you need a TB test or not. But in the case of my mom, a TB test was not necessary as she will be staying less than 6 months in the United Kingdom. Now when you scroll down here, it says that to apply for a visit visa in the UK, you need to complete the application form and answer in English which we are going to do, and pay for the visa fee online in most cases, which we are going to do that. And we also will be providing a biometric fingerprint application and also facial photography, which will be done at VFS, but we will complete that later. So we will click on start now, and they will ask you to start a new application. But if you have any other application, you are going to click on open my other application. But here we are starting a new application just for this study. So you click on new application, and you are going to put in your email address, and you're going to type your password, and that is it. All right, so when you're able to log in, they will be asking you some few questions whether the email address is for you, and they'll ask you if you have any other email address. You say no, then you keep on going, then they will ask you your phone number, then you will put your phone number in there. Okay, let me just put my phone number in there just for these studies. So they are going to ask you whether these numbers will be used whilst you are in UK. You can just say yes, yes. You can just choose some of these options to continue. Do you have any other telephone numbers? No. Are you able to be contacted by telephone? Yes. So here you can just be selecting everything, then you'll be going forward. Now here you are going to type in your names as shown on your passport. So make sure you don't make any mistakes. That is the same thing I did for my mom. I made sure that the names that I put in there was the names that is exactly on her passport. So let me just put my name in here just for these studies. So in addition to the names already provided, have you been known by any other names? No. If you have been known by any other names, you can put it in there. Your sex and relationship status: I'm a male, I am single, and I'll move forward. So when it comes to the address, you're going to fill all these details: your address, your city, and your postcode, then your country if you have it. So let me just say old school, country Ghana. We may use this address to contact you about your application, including after it has been decided. Yes, so you just continue on that way. About this property: how long have you lived at this address? So you just put it in here, and you can just say 20 years, or depending on how long you've stayed at your property. What is the ownership status? Okay, you can say you own it or you rent it. This is something that you can do on your own. You don't need passport. So you put it in there, 2017. Yes, so I'm just doing this just for the purpose of this exercise. So here they are going to ask you of your ID card, and here if you have a Ghana card, you can put your Ghana card here. So you are going to put our Ghana card details. So you save and you continue. So here they are going to ask you some few questions about yourself. They will ask the country that you are living in or your nationality. Then you put it there and you select the right choice. Country of birth: if it's Ghana, you put it there. If it's Nigeria, you put it there. Place of birth: Precum. You put your city in there, and you put your date of birth here as well. So make sure you get this thing right. And if you have any other nationalities, you are going to state it. But if you don't have any nationality, you can just say you don't have any, then you save and you continue. Your employment status is very important. In the case of my mom, she was unemployed, so I take that she was unemployed. But if she is employed, you are going to click on this one. But make sure that any choice that you take, you are going to satisfy the requirements, such as evidence to show that they are employed or evidence to show that they are unemployed. If you are a student, you have to make sure that you have evidence to show that you are a student, and so on. So if you are self-employed, you should be willing to show your company papers or documents, your tax returns, and so on. But in the case of my mom, she was unemployed, so I take that she was unemployed. Here is very important: your income and savings. So here they want to know how your financial capability is, and if you have any other additional income, you can take here. So here I take that she had other additional income, and I had to take allowances or regular money from family. So yes, so anyone that pertains to you, if your mom or your family member that you are inviting is a pensioner, you can click on pension. If they have any investment or another source of income, you can also click it. I remember I take another source of income as well, and the total amount of regular additional income that you get in a year. So here you can choose any currency that you want, but since the person is coming from Ghana, I chose Ghana cedis, and I remember I said she spent 2,000 Ghana cedis. Yes, so she had some savings at the bank, so I click on savings, and I also chose that I think the savings was around 10,000. So converting it to British pounds, it was roughly 500 pounds. So I said that she also had 500 pounds in there as well. And if you don't have any other savings in your accounts, you can just take I do not have any other income or savings. But this is your mom. You should be able to provide evidence that you have been sending her money as well, or she has other source of income, and all this should be backed by evidence. In my case, it was so critical for me because I am not the one who sent money to my mom. You know, I have two other brothers here, so we sent the money to the youngest one and he will send it to my mom. So I did not have direct contact with my mom when it comes to money, so it was a bit tricky, but I will show you the document that I had to prove that she is indeed my mom at the end of this video. All right, so let's save and continue. This part is also very important. The heading is about the cost of your visit. So here they are asking how much money you personally plan to spend on your visit to UK, and they've explained that estimate the amount include flights, accommodation and everyday expenses. If someone else is paying for all or part of the visit of the UK, you will be asked to provide details of this later in the application. So you are assuming that your mom is filling this and she has to prove, or she has to indicate the amount she is going to contribute towards this trip. So let's say your mom will be contributing 3,000 cedis to this trip, and you are going to finance the other part of the trip. And here, what is the total amount of money you spend each month? Now this part is very important because they want to compare this to your bank statement to know the exact amount you withdraw from your bank statement. If your mom does not know the exact amount, please take the bank statement in advance and note the amount she spent so that you can put it here, like the average amount that she spent, and put it here. So let's say she spent 3,000 in a month. I'm saying this because I have a friend who applied, and in the application at this session he stated that he spent 1,400 in a month, but when the bank statement was added to the application, the visa center sent him a reply saying that he spent more than 1,004, which was stated in the application, and he was refused because of that. So make sure that the amount you put here tallies with the one that is on your mom bank statement. If it's yourself, if you are going for a conference, make sure that it tallies with your bank statement, or whichever occasion that you are attending in the United Kingdom. So you save here and you continue. Now here they want to know who will be paying for the visit, and they will ask you, will anyone be paying towards the cost of the visit? And here my mom said yes, and she continued. And who will be paying towards the cost of this visit? And if it's your mom, you can just say yes, someone I know, and you put the name there. But if your employer, or for example if you are going for a conference and your company has decided to sponsor, you are going to click on employer. Or if you have any other company that will be sponsoring, you can take another company. But here it's me who will be paying for all this trip, and my mom puts my name in there. So this does not mean that your mom should actually fill the form herself. You can do this on her behalf, and that is exactly what I did. And I'll put my address here, 38 KLB Road. So make sure that the person who is sponsoring the trip, if for example I am sponsoring the trip, I have to make sure that my address here and the one on my bank statement, my rent and everything tallies, because at the end of the day I'm going to send it to the visa center for them to validate it. Now the next question is, how much money will they be paying towards this visit? So you have to calculate everything and put the approximate figure there. So here the flight and everything, I can just say it's around 40,000 Ghana cedis. And why are they helping you to pay for the visit? They are asking my mom why I am helping to pay. And because I can just say because he is my son and he has invited me for his graduation. So if it's a company that is sponsoring, you can say that it's a company that I work for and they are sponsoring me. Simple. Then you save and you continue. More help towards the cost of your visit. Now I said that I have two other brothers here, and if all of them will be helping towards this trip, they can also add their details in here, but I will just say no for the purpose of this education. Then we continue. your planned travel information. Make sure that date that you put here is the same date that will be on your invitation letter. So let's put 12/20/25 here, and the day that you plan to leave. This should be something that you have thought about in advance before you do all of these things, and you can change them even after getting your visa. If you want to change the date, it's up to you, but you have to put a realistic date here in the application. Now they will ask you if you would like to be spoken to in English during any part of your application. You can just say yes, but your mom will not be required to go for an interview when she is coming to visit you, or whether you're coming for a business trip or a conference or any graduation or parties. You will not go for any interview unless it's on special occasions that you will be invited to go for an interview. Now they will ask you the main reason for your trip, and as I've explained in this case, I can just take on tourism and continue. But if you are coming for business, transit, or any of these, you can choose it. But if your reason is not listed here, you can click on other reason and you can explain later. So I will save and continue. What is the main reason for your holiday visit? I will just say visiting family, then I will continue. Then they'll ask you of the main activities that you are coming to do in the United Kingdom. So you can just say graduation. You're not going to write graduation, but you have to write a very good sentence. Graduation, sightseeing. Let me add Liverpool match or something. So you can just list them in a very good sentence. I just wanted us to finish quickly. That's why I just listed this. People financially dependent on you. So they want to know whether you have other people you are also taking care of financially. And you can say, no, there is no one. My mom stays alone. Then you continue, give details about your first parent. So here your mom or the person applying is going to say something about their mother, so they can put their mom's name in there. You continue. Yes, so that is it. Yes, all right, so that is it. And family who live in UK. So here they want to know who you are going to see in UK. So in this case, my mom is coming to visit me, and do you have any family member in UK? You have to say yes. Then you continue. And about your relatives. So in my invitation, I stated that my mom will be visiting me. Apart from the graduation, she will visit me. She will also visit my 2 other siblings. So I made sure that I entered all of their details here. But in this case, we are just going to say that my mom is visiting me alone. So I will just choose that it is my child, and given names, my mom will put my name in here. So if you don't know anyone in the UK and you are coming for a visit, a conference or anything, you can just say you don't know anyone. And what permission do they have to stay in the UK? Now, if you choose that you know someone in the UK, you have to provide details for them to know that this person is legal in the UK. So I will just say they are here in the UK permanently. So in my case, I chose that I have a temporary visa and I put my passport number in there. Yes. Okay. So if you cannot contact your relative, you think that I cannot contact my relative, but you should not be doing that. Other relatives in the UK, do you have any other relatives in the UK? No. If you do, you keep on adding till you get to the number. Yes. So are you traveling as part of organized group? No. My mom is coming alone. Traveling with another person? No, she's coming alone. Staying with family member? Yes, she will stay with me. Yeah, so the contact details of me will be needed because I chose that she will be staying with me. So I'll put my number in here. Well, now you have to make sure that all the details that you give tallies with the initial ones, because most of the questions have the same answers. You have to make sure that all the answers correspond. Other places you stay whilst in UK, she will not stay at any place, she will just stay with me. So if you indicate that you are going to stay at some places, you are going to put it in there. Now, have you been in the UK for the past 10 years? You can say no or yes, depending on your situation. Now you keep going. Have you traveled to any of these countries? No. If you have and you have been refused, please put it here. You have to state that you have either been to these countries and you were refused, or you gain entry, because UK and all of these countries, they share a common data where they are able to access all of these. So if you don't give them the right answer and they see any form of lies in there, you are going to be refused. Now, have you ever traveled to any other country in the past 10 years? No. You keep going. Have you ever been banned in the UK? So most of the answers here are no. Have you breached any UK laws? Have you had any convictions? No. So war crimes, have you been in any war crimes? Then you click on no. So most of the answers here are no, 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 because they relate to war, terror activities. And the only terror activity my mom has ever engaged in was beating us when we were kids. Have you, as part of your employment or otherwise, undertaking paid or unpaid activities? So here it's still the same, is no, no. You keep going. And have you been working with any of these people? Have not worked with any of them. So you keep going till you get to this session where they will ask you for any additional information about your application. Now, if you have any additional information, you tell them. You can just draft something small like, my son Manuel is graduating and he has invited me to spend this number of days at his address so that I'll be part of his graduation. You put it in here. If you are going for a conference, you can just say something similar. I'm going for a conference. I've been sponsored by my hospital. I'm going to take this number of days. I'm going to learn, go back to my country. Just draft something cute, something small, something nice, something convincing here. Then you save, then you move on. So they will give you the chance to look at all of these. And if there are any changes that you want to make, you can click on change. Then you edit it, you put the right information there if you got it wrong. Now let's continue. Now when you get to this section, they are going to ask you of the mandatory documents and documents that they need from you. Now the first mandatory document is your passport. So you have to take here that you are going to bring your passport, and here there are the other documents that will be needed. That is evidence of funds available to you, the one applying, in this case my mom, evidence of support she will get from me as the son. So I'm sponsoring my mom, so I have to show evidence with my bank statement as well. Evidence of my relationship between my mom and myself, if I have any. Birth cert, you get to the documents to submit very soon. And evidence that your sponsor is not or will not be in breach of UK immigration laws at the time of your visit. So they want to make sure that I, the one inviting my mom over, should be having the right documents to stay in the UK legally. So I have to take that, I have to show all of these documents. And the last one is invitation from your UK-based family or friends, or evidence of your permission to be in the UK. If you are coming for a conference, invitation letters. If you are coming to visit your girlfriend, invitation letter from your girlfriend. So the invitation letter that you've gotten, if you are coming for holidays, the hotel booking, or if you book through Airbnb, the accommodation details, you have to upload it here. The accommodation letter will also serve the same purpose in this case. Now, if you be able to provide all of these, you tick on all of these, then you click save and continue, and they will give you all these conditions to follow and the declarations, and that is it. So after your declaration, you say that you are 18 years and over, you consent to all of these, then you continue. Then you have the option to select any of these years that you want to stay in the UK. So if you want a 6-month visa, which is the least amount to pay, you are going to choose that one. The 2 years, 5 and 10, you have all of these options, and you save and you continue. So the standard service, you are going to pay $181. So this is as of July 2025. Then you save and you continue. That is for the 6 months visa. So you are going to click on well pay. So after you've made payment, then they will take you to the next session. They will send you an email that payment has been successful, and if you have not already done so, return to your application to download. You can download the checklist, and you can also book your appointment. So let's just sign in to our application. So if you sign in, they will take you to this session where they will ask you to download the checklist, which you can download, or they will ask you to provide your documents biometrics. Now at this same point, you are going to get an email from VFS to also book your appointment, because you have to go to the VFS center, and if you're in Ghana, you can either choose to go to Accra or Kumasi to do this fingerprint and picture taking. So I'll click on provide documents and biometrics, and this will take us to the VFS website directly. Now when we get to the VFS center here, we have so many options. You can either decide to book for the standard application, which is free, and you can also add a courier service, which is around 300 Ghana cedis. Depending on your country, if you are in Nigeria, you're going to get it in Naira, and if you are in India, South Africa, Kenya, depending on your country, it's going to come in your currency. Now here at the VFS account, there's a whole lot of things here that you can do. First of all, you can check your details to see that they are correct. You can track your application, you can track your passport after you have finished everything to see the stages that it have reached. And also you are going to do a self upload of the documents. So we go to the documents that my mom uploaded so that we can also use that same document or even more if we have the liberty to also upload these same documents. Now you have to make sure that you download your appointment letter and also the confirmation letter, because you're going to use them to enter the VFS center on your appointment day. They need to have a look to confirm that yes, indeed you have booked an appointment with us and you are coming for your biometrics. Now let's jump to the documents my mom uploaded for her application. Now the first thing that they need is accommodation, whether temporary or permanent. So I have to give them my invitation letter, was kind of a proof of my accommodation because I stated where I live in my invitation letter. So I uploaded that as part of my accommodation evidence. I also uploaded my tenancy agreement at this session as well to also prove that my mom will be staying at this exact address. Yes, so that was the accommodation proof. Now if you are going for a conference, you can also put your hotel or your Airbnb booking here as well. You can upload that. Now when it comes to the financial evidence, my mom uploaded her bank statement. I know that most of us, our family members or our mothers and fathers, do not even have a bank account at all. So here you can ignore that part, and if you send them money through mobile money, you can also go to MTN, print statement, and you can upload it here. So if they have any form of financial evidence like a savings account, they can also put that in here. And I think that the account my mother uploaded had roughly around 14,000 Ghana cedis, so she uploaded that one. And also other documents that I added was my mom's passport. I also added a letter that I got from the parish priest of where my mom worship. You know, my mom is a Catholic, she's a Bible reader, she does a lot of activities at church. So she went to the priest, told the priest that she is visiting me and she needs a letter to say that she is a member of this church, she's in good standing, she is coming to visit the son and they expect her to come back. So this letter is kind of to say that my mother is someone who is not a bad person, who will not overstay her visa. So she got that letter, we scanned it and we uploaded it. So that is Elizabeth reference. So you can just, my mom is Elizabeth, so you can just name it to correlate to whatever you are uploading. So if you have a police certificate or a TB test, you can also upload it at the other document section. Now let's go to the proof of application. So during the UK visa portal, when we are about to finish the registration process, there was a checklist there, so you can download it and upload it as the proof of your application here. Now let's go to the live event. This session is just to prove the relationship between yourself and your mom. So here there is a whole lot of things that I uploaded. I uploaded a marriage certificate that I had, because in marriage certificate my mom had to sign there, and it shows that my mom was at my wedding ceremony and her name is in there. And also I had a picture of myself and my mom on my wedding day. I uploaded it. I also uploaded a picture of myself and my mom and my other two brothers as well. And when I was in primary school, I used to win a lot of awards, because when I was in primary school, I was very brilliant. I don't know what happened now, but I was very brilliant until I ate the apple. Now, I uploaded that picture here to show that this is my mom. She is always present at any big ceremony of mine. And also my birth certificate as well. My birth certificate had my mom's name on it. So just to show that she's my mom, I uploaded that one as well. My mom's birth set, I also uploaded it, and also some other pictures of myself, my mom and my friends. Now let's go to the sponsor documents, and the sponsor documents are the documents that I, the one inviting my mom over, is going to add to the application. Now the first one was my BRP. We know that we don't use BRP of late, but I added it just in case. I just have to prove a lot. Going for a visa is just like defending a case at the court. You just have to go with all the available documents that you have at your possession to make your case believable. So I went with everything, even the BRP that was expired. I went with the front and back. I uploaded my pay slip, 6 months pay slip. I also uploaded my school offer letter on this session, because when I was accepted to the uni, the admission letter, I uploaded it as well to show that indeed I went to the school, and also my tenancy agreement to prove that I have somewhere to live and to correlate with the address in the invitation letter. And I also added my share code. You know, I said that BRP is kind of obsolete now, so I generated my share code. I also added my Nurses and Midwifery Council of UK permission to work in the UK. I added my passport. I also added an introductory letter from my work to say that this is Manuel. He's a very good guy. He works hard. He has been working with us for the past 2 years or 4 years, and I added it. And also, anytime you are going for a graduation, the school will invite you to the graduation. So I added that invitation letter to this application. Now, these are the documents that I added to the whole application process for my mom. I hope that you were able to follow up to this stage. Now, after submitting everything, it took roughly like 10 days for my mom to get her visa. Some cases can take like 25 days, but if you do it well, if you plan early, you are going to get it early, and you can have enough time to plan for the trip. And also make sure that after you have done your biometrics, you ask the VFF center to send your passport to you by a courier service, so that you get it at the comfort of your home, so that you don't have to go back to the VFS center for your passport, because who wants to travel for a passport? Now, I've stated some final tips here to help everyone in their application. And the first tip I have here is to start early. You have to make sure that you start the whole process at least 6 weeks before your travel date. And also, you have to submit a clear, organized, and complete document. Even though I said that you have to submit a lot of documents to prove your case, this should relate to whatever is needed. You don't have to submit everything that is not needed. Submit the key ones, and they should be organized and they should be complete. And you also have to write a solid, heartfelt invitation letter. Don't just write any invitation letter. It should be convincing enough. It should be very detailed. You should state some of the key things that you'll be adding: your passport, your right to work, and where the person is going to live. I'm going to leave a link to this invitation letter that I gave to my mom, so that you can also look on it to draft your own letter, in the description. And also, you have to show strong home ties, because this is very key. And if you are someone who is married, if my dad was to be alive, she would have probably add her marriage certificate to it to show that indeed the husband is home, she's coming, she definitely will go back. And if you are someone going for a conference, make sure that even though this is a conference and you have kids back home, you have a wife, you have lands, you have properties, you can add documents or paperwork to confirm this in your application process. So showing home ties is very key to visa application. And the last tip I have for you is to always apply at the UKVI application website. Do not deal with agencies or any third-party website. Please, if you do that, you do that at your own risk. So make sure you go through the right links, and I'm going to leave the link in the description. If this video has really helped you, give us a thumb like this video. Like it now, subscribe to the channel, and also share it to your colleagues who want to attend conferences, come to their graduation, visit their mom. Allow your families to visit you. Allow your girlfriends, your boyfriends, your husbands, your mom, your dad. They've really helped you through your education. Now you are in UK. Why don't you invite them over? Stop sending them £50. Invite them over. Let them have a feel of how the UK is, how you are going through hell to get the money that you send them, so that they will not misuse all the monies that you send them. And also, a big thanks to Ankles Pro Solution. Now, if you are a nurse, let me get closer. If you are a nurse, if you are in UK, don't be comfortable. If you are in Ghana, you have to look for another license. And I always say that working in US or getting a US license should be on every nurse's to-do list. You have to make sure you register in the United States. And who is going to guide you? Ankles Pro Solution. Just take their numbers and start learning. As soon as you take their numbers, send them a message and start learning, because they are going to take care of your board registration, your CGFNS, JSA, or whichever credentialing agency you guys are going to use. They are going to help you with your fingerprints, booking, accommodation to your ankle centers, booking flight. They are just going to help you with every stage of your ankles journey. Now, even if you need help with all of these, I am part of them. I am part of Ankles Pro Solution. Send me a message right now, and let's get your US RN dream started. My name is Manuel. Take good care of yourself. Subscribe to the channel. See you in the next video. Peace out. Bye. I used to win a lot of awards because when I was in primary school, I was very brilliant.